Hey, it's Chey. Welcome to the channel. I'm joined by Wes.
Hello.
Netflix just dropped Fear Street Part 1, 1994, and we are here to dish the gory details, or just our thoughts, on the movie. Of course, Fear Street is based on the R.L. Stine books from the 90s, which, if you don't know, we do Fear Street Friday on my channel. I will link a playlist above for you, where we review these murderous teeny bopper books.
Oh my god.
This video is going to be our review of the Fear Street 1994 movie. We just watched it twice.
Literally twice within like 6 hours.
Yeah, so we are ready to dish the dirt. So, what do you think of Fear Street 1994?
Oh my god, I loved Fear Street 1994.
So good.
Obviously we love Fear Street, so I knew that I was really hopefully going to enjoy this movie,
Yeah.
but I did have really high expectations, and so sometimes that can be a bad thing, but they lived up to the expectations and more, honestly.
yeah.
I had heard good things, but so first off, we just wanted to touch on the plot a little bit.
Yes.
I thought it was really interesting because there was definitely homages and 90s slasher vibes.
Yeah.
But it was also unique and different from anything that we've ever seen before.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it pays homage to horror that has come before this movie, but also it's like building this new world of its own, because if you don't know, the Fear Street books revolve around, of course, Fear Street, but they really do build upon the world every single book. We get so many iconic and unique moments, characters, plots, so seeing these come into fruition in this movie really just made my heart flutter. I feel so giddy and excited for the two movies that are to follow, which I feel like this really set up the next two movies so well. Fear Street is in Shadyside, which is the bad part of town. You don't want to get caught over there in the woods, in the cemetery, just on the street in general. Your shit will get fucked up. You will be caught dead. Let's talk a little bit about the opening. So I think that Maya Hawke as Heather, iconic.
She did that.
It was so cool to see like the Fear Street books by Robert Lawrence, Mr. R.L. Stine himself, on the shelf. It just was so, it was like a nostalgia factor for me. I just felt so good about it. Once I saw that, I was like, we're in for a ride, bitch.
They know what they're doing. Like I said earlier, there was definitely some homages to some 90s thrillers. I think obviously the most identifiable example of that is the opening of this movie is so similar to the opening of Scream.
Which we love.
We love Scream so much.
I consider Maya Hawke to be quite a big name for this movie franchise, because I feel like she is a big name among the young adult audience. Of course, she's in Stranger Things. She's been in some other projects, but I think she got Drew Barrymore'd. I was expecting her to be a much bigger part, and she literally was killed off in the first 5 minutes, which I loved because it did pay homage to Scream, the same way that Casey Becker dies, Little Miss Heather. She got her shit fucked up.
To say the least.
Yeah, and it was so iconic. It really set the scene, and going into the opening credits, I think that the credits really set the ambiance for the whole movie.
One thing that I really liked about the opening was that there were some like identical frame for frame shots from the opening of this movie to the opening of Scream,
Definitely.
which I really enjoyed. But then at the same time, it did set up Ryan being the skeleton killer, which is definitely going to play a huge part in the entire movie. Yes, it did pay homage to Scream, but I don't think that it really like ripped it off or anything, because it still was doing something new that was going to set up the rest of the movie that had nothing to do with Scream.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. I think it had a really nice mix of new and old. I really enjoyed how they told you everything that was going to happen pretty much at the beginning. So this wasn't just a guessing game of who was the killer, but more so of like what was going to happen and how are they going to stop it. I really thought that that was interesting, because I totally expected this to be a whodunit movie, and it was refreshing to me that it wasn't.
And I think that it really does do, like, it pays fan service, because if you read these books growing up, or you knew anything about R.L. Stine, you know exactly where this is going. If you don't, I don't think it's even a problem for people who don't know what's happening, because it does a really good job of setting up the story. Sarah Fear, that crazy witch bitch taking over the town. Sarah Fear, runs that town. She might be a witch that died in 1666, but she is back and better than ever. Seraphir will possess the shit out of you, have you kill your friends, your parents, no big deal, and she just relishes in the fact that she has control over the town of Shadyside.
But the way that I see it is that Seraphir is kind of like the Pennywise of Shadyside.
Okay, yeah.
Because, you know, in it's like every 27 years there's something happening. With this, there wasn't like a consistent, you know, timeline, but like as we see, it's like at least once a decade some like huge tragedy occurs, and it's always at the hands of Miss Fear. So I just thought that was, you know, an interesting way to look at it.
I think something that the movie does really well is the cinematography. It is very 90s. You wouldn't mistake it for any other decade. I felt like I truly was in the 90s. It was a little dark, like lighting wise, but I think that's literally just horror these days. It seems like the movies are getting darker and darker, and we're not just talking about plot, guts, and death. We're talking about the lighting. It was very dark. It set this ominous tone of just scary shit to come.
I think it's interesting that you say that, because one thing that I thought was really good was like the use of neon color. There was constantly bright green, bright pink, bright blue.
Over the darkness.
Yeah, to contrast the darkness, and that is very 90s to me as well. Yeah. So I thought, like you said, the cinematography along with the lighting just really illuminated everything that this movie was trying to portray as far as setting and time period.
You know what else was illuminated? The kills. Because we got some iconic, unique, bloody, thrilling murders and deaths that we don't always get in some horror movies.
No.
Some horror has really just become this like rehashing of the same killings, but
this is not just your average slasher with a knife.
Let's just say, spoilers, of course, okay, Kate.
Girl.
Putting Kate's head through a bread slicer? Sweetie, I never in my life have seen, experienced anything like that.
No.
And I was thrilled, mortified, horrified, very sad.
Yes.
But also excited.
I think that was one of the most unique death scenes that I can remember in a teenage thriller.
Yeah.
Or horror, really. In a teenage horror movie in a long time. Not only was it exciting, because you were rooting for her, and it was, you know, it was sad, but it was also so gruesome.
It was very gritty, and I think something we were, like, complaining about, we'll just say, is that we didn't think any of these people were going to die.
Because it took, like, we're, like, an hour 15 into the movie, and 2 people have died.
Yeah,
so
and they weren't
I'm
even
like
in the friend group. They were outside of the friend group.
Yeah.
Seeing Kate be killed and then Simon right after, blood curdling. I loved it. And I think that Kate is an icon. I will miss her deeply, but she had to go. And she went in the best way possible, I would say.
So, speaking of Kate, I want to get into the characters just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they did a really great job of making these characters fun, but also relatable and rootable. So, starting with Dina, our queer queen.
Literally, yeah.
I cannot think of another teen horror movie where the lead is a queer woman of color, no less.
I was very happy to see that. You don't see that at all. I will say that she fit the mold of a Fear Street protagonist very well. Very dramatic.
Especially at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Very self-centered. She really set the tone for the movie. So dramatic, but I live for it because what are you if you're not a dramatic teenager?
Yes, we need the drama to pull us in immediately, and she did that. I really liked the actress. I am really excited to see her in these next 2 movies because I think she did an amazing job.
She did.
Next, we have Sam, who I also thought was really strong. She's a little more, you know, laid back. She's not quite as dramatic as Dina.
She is really the push and pull with Dina, and like you said, she does give off Quinn Fabray vibes at first with her little cheerleader uniform.
She was literally wearing like a Cheerios uniform.
Yeah, I stand the Fear Street cheerleaders, but she's actually in Sunnyvale, so...
Yes. And I really thought that they had really good chemistry. I really liked the dynamic between the 2 of them. Yeah. You know, they literally go from exes to enemies to lovers to whatever is going on at the end of this movie.
The fucking battle of the century.
Yes.
Literally.
Oh my god, the last 5 minutes, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Terrifying.
Someone help me. I was like shook because I thought it was gonna end happy. Like they really,
me too.
They really tease you like
that. They got me because some of the Fear Street books do end on a happier note. Some of them really don't. But I thought, oh, that's sweet. They're gonna. Oh no.
No, sweetie.
No.
And I'm glad for it because I was not expecting that ending. Yeah. Wow.
So next up we have Josh, who is Dina's little brother. Love Josh.
Oh my god.
Like you said, he is literally the Hermione of the group.
Yes.
He knows all the answers. He's done all the research. He's there to save the day. Without Josh, they would have been dead. They would have
never even figured it out.
Yeah, they would not have.
He's the one that pulls the newspaper clippings. He says, A, B, C, X, Y, Z, bitch.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. This is what you need to know.
We stand Josh.
We love Josh.
Yeah.
This, like you said, there would have been nothing without him. Mm-hmm. And he's just a little cutie pie. And I really loved his little relationship with Kate.
Oh my god, they were so cute. What a short-lived love.
I know.
So sad.
I know.
Next up we have Simon, who employee of the month. Every month.
Literally.
He is charismatic. He's fun. He's charming. He's a little wacky. And I was so sad to see him go because I wasn't expecting him to die right after Kate. Axe to the head.
It was like boom, boom.
Dead.
2 for 1. I will always remember him as the character who literally had blood all over her shirt and then didn't change for like a whole 24 hours, which is like traumatizing to me.
And also decided to whack one out before he died.
In the school bathroom. Yeah. I'm like, really?
Grody.
Do we need to do that? But he's certainly memorable. He's cute. He, like you said, he's fun. Yeah. I think that he really added a lot to the movie. Some lightness that we probably needed, and it would have been so much different without him, and probably not as good. We love you, Simon.
We're sad to see you go.
We will miss you so much.
Next we have Kate, who, the icon herself, she said she's the president of all these clubs. You wouldn't expect her to be a bad girl, but she is one.
She's just trying to get out.
Yeah.
She's trying to go to a nice school.
She is trying to live the life of luxury. But instead she ends up in the bread slicer. Sad.
I just thought that she was such a badass. Mm-hmm. We see her on the bus when they're coming back from the game, popping off, telling people what's up.
We see her give up on Josh's plan and just decide she wants to send Sam out to be murdered.
Yes, that was a defining character moment for her, in my opinion.
Yeah.
She's just like, listen, we tried. I don't want to die. Take Sam.
Yeah. She was selfish, but also realistic. Like, she was like, look, Sam, you've got to go, bitch. You're dead meat, and I don't want to be dead meat either. But instead of the meat, she was the bread. Breadhead. Anyway.
Oh my god. But yes, we did love Kate. We stand Kate. She was probably both of our favorite character in the movie, I think. Mm-hmm. Hope that we see more of her in the next movie.
Me too. So we got all the main characters. Someone that we didn't catch is Sheriff Good. Is he the sheriff? Is he officer?
He's
Deputy Good.
Something good. Some type of cop.
The cops never listen.
No.
The cops don't ever listen to the kids. That's why all the kids are dying. I don't understand how there can be so many like newspaper clippings of like all these things that have happened and the cops just still don't get it.
It's because he's from Sunnyvale, and so he hasn't lived the shady side life. He doesn't know what's going on there. I feel like he's just, like, completely oblivious to the fact people are constantly getting murdered there. Yeah. Like, open your eyes, bitch. Another character that I really didn't like that I would just like to touch on for a second is Sam's homophobic mother wearing that ugly-ass salmon jacket. God. I was like, bitch, don't say a word about anything until you burn that jacket.
Let's hope that Sam gets free and goes and kills her mom.
Oh my god, please. My favorite part of the whole movie was when they kissed in front of her homophobic mother.
Oh yeah, that was iconic.
I was like literally cheering.
Screaming.
Yeah, we love that. We hate Sam's mom.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. If you want to read our Letterboxd reviews, I will link it down below. Go follow us on Letterboxd. We gave it 5 stars. How could we not?
Easy.
Literally, so good. Movie of the summer, and there's 2 more to come. But what I want to talk about is I truly hope that we are getting more than just these 3 movies. I think that a Fear Street series would be so good. They could do kind of like what American Horror Story is doing, a Fear Street anthology where every episode adapts one of the books. There were so many books that they could be adapting, so many iconic characters and stories to tell. So I really hope that we get those. I would love for another set of Fear Street books to be published or re-released, new covers, or the old covers just, spiced up a bit, something like that. I think that we deserve it.
Yes. I want t-shirts, I want hats, I want lanyards, I want mugs, bitch. Yeah. Listen, I'm a huge fan of Fear Street, but I'm a new fan of Fear Street. I have only been learning about Fear Street for what, like 2 years now? Yeah. So I'm still like a relatively new fan, and I just sincerely hope that these movies can like bring in so many new fans that didn't know about it before, and that this thing can just blow up because I really think it deserves it.
R.L. Stine, we need merch, like, baby.
Goosebumps?
Come on.
Who?
Literally.
I'm sorry. Fear Street outsold, sweetie.
Fear Street won the battle. There could be so much merch. I could be wearing a Fear Street shirt right now, and I'm not.
A Sarah Fear hoodie?
Oh my god.
Hello?
A Sarah Fear Halloween costume.
Oh, it's on. It's happening.
Maybe I'll be Sarah Fear for Halloween.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we're just so excited for these movies. But what else we're excited for is some more of our Fear Street Friday series. We will be releasing some of those this summer. Stay tuned. We'll link a playlist above and below for you. We review the books. We get into all the shady shit that's going on.
All of the dogs that R.L. Stine is murdering.
Oh my god, literally.
I mean, and there wasn't even one in this movie, so like, was it really Fear Street?
I know, I was shocked.
Not that we want that, but like, it's a staple.
It's a staple in the
literally
books.
Like a staple.
Shocked.
You're like,
the dogs are dead.
Really? Do we need it?
Oh
but we always have it, so I was like waiting for it.
Me too. Maybe we'll get it in the next one. I don't want that.
I sincerely hope not. So those are pretty much our thoughts of this movie. We are possibly interested in covering the next two movies in the trilogy, 1978 and then of course 1666. Yes. I'm so excited for both of these.
But he won't be here for the second one, so we're going to have to wait a little bit, watch it together.
I'll be out of town for a few days during the premiere, but we will get it up. Don't worry, if y'all want to see it, we're here for you.
We will be letting you know what's up. Down in the comments, let's talk Fear Street. What did you think of Fear Street Part 1, 1994? We would love to talk about it with you.
What was your favorite kill? Which character did you stand the most? There were so many to love.
We love y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Hell's under new management now.
I like my pumpkin spice lattes extra hot.
I am going to eat your soul.
Sorry, I'm not into short guys.